According to Wall Street Journal and the New York Times this week, President Donald Trump was told earlier this year by Attorney General Pam Bondi that his name appears in the Epstein files. Let's go live now to Scripps News Group political correspondent Nate Reed. Nate, are the Republicans who are pushing for the release of the files worried that President Trump might be implicated?
At this point, not too much, Kiera. There is some concern that President Trump could be in these files, but every Republican I've spoken with who is pushing for the release of these files say that, they think that if President Trump were in the Epstein files in any meaningful way, and some of them think that he was in fact in there because the two men were friends prior to Epstein's first arrest in 2004, they believe that it would effectively have been released by the prior administration. So this would be something that the Biden administration would have released as political opposition research. Again, nothing came out about Trump. So for that reason, a lot of Republicans seem to think that whatever Trump's mentions are in the Epstein files would not be too significant. But there are a significant number of Republicans who want the Epstein files fully released. They don't really care if President Trump's name is in them or not. They just want the files out there and in the open so people can better understand his crimes and better understand a legacy of who he was connected with, which high society officials he may have been dealing with. Speaking of Jeffrey Epstein there. So again, a lot of questions here. The House of Representatives effectively ground to a halt this week over infighting about what to do about the release of Epstein files. At this point, the House is gone for the month of August. They will return in September. It'll be interesting to see, Kiera, if there's still this much focus on this case or if the Trump administration will release a lot of documents over the next month.
Well, thanks, Nate. And reports are also circulating about President Trump wanting to fire Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, over not lowering interest rates. What's the latest on this controversy?
Yeah, this is something that came to a head, or at least appeared to come to a head yesterday. President Trump has been trying to find any route to criticize Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, possibly even looking for a way to terminate him. He would need to do so with cause. You cannot terminate the chair of the Federal Reserve before their term is up without giving some sort of cause. So Trump has drilled down on this renovation of the Federal Reserve's headquarters here in Washington, D.C., saying that there have been tremendous cost overruns, taking over a D.C. area planning commission that's run by the federal government, trying to do more oversight on that project, even going as far as to yesterday taking a site tour with Jerome Powell of the under construction Federal Reserve and attacking Jerome Powell as cameras were rolling. Take a listen.
The 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed. Yeah, you just added in a third building is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no, but it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago.
Are there things the chairman can say to you today that would make you back off some of the earlier criticism?
Well, I'd love him to lower interest rates.
And again, President Trump has been threatening Jerome Powell with the possibility of firing since the campaign trail, saying that he has to lower interest rates, that it's something that's absolutely necessary for the economy. At this point, Powell has refused to do so, saying again that he makes his decisions independently from the president, and also talking about concerns over the tariffs that President Trump has put in place, saying that those could impact the economy and be quite volatile, and for that reason has left interest rates where they are. President Trump saying he will not fire Powell for now. But again, that blow up between the two men yesterday is certainly quite notable.